All right, if you watched yesterday's video, you saw this Prevost bus come in that after about 40 minutes or so going down the road, it starts losing power. It falls on its face completely. And then if you shut it off and wait 5 minutes, it cools down a little bit. And then you can go for another 15 miles. And then it gets warm and cuts out again, loses power. Keeps running, but it loses power. And you shut it off for 5 minutes, and you can go another 10, 15 minutes, and so on and so on. So we thought maybe it was a fuel aeration issue as we're going through it. We found a bad gasket on the top of the Raycor fuel filter there. I don't really like the way the fuel filter is installed, but we're going to go through and check a few more things on it and then take it for a test drive and exactly see what it's doing. Okay, so before we go on the test drive, we are going to try and diagnose a couple of other little things. Number one is several people mentioned they thought it might be a fuel tank vent tube blocked, but you have run it before without the fuel cap on.
Correct.
And it still does the problem. So that is not the issue. I was just looking at these fuel lines here and how they're run. It comes from way back there, the fuel line from the tank, and then I'm assuming it's this one. Pretty sure on the Raycor this is the in, but I could probably verify that. And then that's the out. And the out would normally go from the fuel filter here right to the fuel pump, which is right here. But this does not. This then runs back the outline, and it goes all the way back to that little connection back there, where you see that blue line on the top. Okay, let's see if I can zoom in on it here. So that's it right there, that really dirty looking thing. And then it goes, it's that blue line you see across the top. It runs across the back. And then it comes up along the head, all along there, and then it goes into the fuel pump. So it's like 6 feet, 8 feet longer than it needs to be. But that would be my suspicion, is where it's dirty at. We're gonna check and make sure that's all nice and tight back there. Snug. Did you turn a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, geez. That's pretty loose. Okay. Now, for some reason, Jonathan, this line right here, instead of just going straight to the fuel pump there, it comes all the way back here. It goes over there, and there's a connection. See that blue line in the very back at the top, right there? No. That's it right there. That blue line. It's running horizontally. Follow it. So let's check that connection right there. You have to probably climb in there.
This thing?
No, behind it, way back there. Right. Go to the right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
okay.
it. That's it right there. Yeah. Jonathan's using his laser pointer. Watch out for the sparky stuff. Pretty tight.
Yeah.
That was both ends of it then you checked?
Yeah.
Okay. You see any chafing on the top there where it's up by the... that corner could be hitting?
This corner? What are you talking about?
Like that, go another 2 or 3 inches where it goes up.
Oh.
It's not touching there?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it might be when it's running, though.
From here it looks like it's touching, that's why I didn't know.
Could easily be vibrating when it's running.
Can you follow it with your eyes any further? Is there any other connections on that hose, or is it just wrap around and it looks safe?
Goes behind right along with the turbo.
Those are not the tailpipes. People noticed that they were squished. One goes to the Webasto. The other one over here goes to the diesel generator. And the engine one is this giant one over here. So he's got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I got a whole case full of them in here.
You got another one in there too?
Yeah, I think
So you have that's Quattro?
Yeah.
He bought one, it's all in Spanish. She didn't know it.
No, this is just all the adapters and stuff.
That's
I've got
funny.
a printer, all the things. One of these is, yeah, lots of
Yeah, I would have never considered buying one of those and having the option being that it came all in Spanish.
Yeah,
But
I was really disappointed when I got it and I plugged it in, and because it was super cheap.
it said
I was
hola.
like, yeah, and I was like, wait a second. So I was up there with Google Translate trying to figure out how to use the buttons.
So your throttle position sensors had a historic code of low voltage, or voltage, wait, I forgot what it said.
I remember there being something in there, but like when you watch it, when you drive, it always said the same thing. So like one of the guys that worked on it. All right. So.
That is one heck of a driver area. Liberty gave you a lot of room over there.
Yeah, I've never had another bus, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. Be a lot more fun if it runs and drives good. All right.
I should have had you check your air brake pressure before you did that maneuver.
Oh, yeah. We're over 100. I guess we're all right.
Let's go this way. Pretty sure you could hit 88 miles an hour by the time you got to the bottom of this. I had the golf cart on 2 wheels one day. I said, let's see how fast I can get the golf cart down the hill. And when I got right here, there's this little bend. So I just did the little turn to straighten out, and the golf cart went on 2 wheels. That's how fast it was going. Scared the shit. I thought I was dead. So that bus there is a marathon conversion.
Yeah, it's had better days, huh?
He's going to start working on it next week, I think.
Oh, awesome. Hopefully it'll come back to life. That's great.
Should have moved the mailbox 3 feet to the left. So you think we'll have to go about 40 minutes or so before we get it to...
We'll be able to... We'll see, I guess.
You can just feel it in the pedal that it turns to a dog? Is that...
Yeah, you can feel it, like the whole thing, it's running great, and then all of a sudden you'll just feel it start like stumbling. And then you look at the pyro and you're like, oh, well, it's dropping, and then...
What are the lights we have on your dash right now?
So the one's just me on the brakes, but
Okay.
that anti-skid light, that's been on since I bought it. The guy before me had said it was on the whole time he owned it.
Okay.
They never figured out what it is. I didn't think this thing was smart enough to derate or anything if it's got a light on.
No.
And the brakes don't work good enough for it to lock them up anyway, so I was just didn't worry about it.
Your air leaks are your anti-skid feature. We are going through a flood stage around here right now. You see all the water here.
Oh wow! So it's like a normal, like seasonal thing.
We had that storm that came through. We got like 5 inches of rain.
Crap.
The river is going to be crazy high. It's going over the park, I think, here. Yeah. Taking over the park. Oh, wow. This is our speed trap here, so watch out.
Straight.
Yes, yeah, that's correct. We'll go straight, and then about a 3/4 of a mile, we're gonna make a right. It's a beautiful, safe road for doing this test drive. You have plenty of fuel on board, right?
Oh yeah, got a half a tank.
Okay. Does fuel level make any difference in the situation? Have you noticed or no?
I haven't noticed that it changed anything.
Because like a crack in a pickup tube or something like that could, you know, if the fuel got down lower, it would suck a little air.
Right. I mean, I've had it down to like a quarter of a tank.
I don't usually recommend that, just because you can run out of fuel at a quarter of a tank.
Oh, wow.
If you're parked on a steep hill or driving up a mountain that's got a big lean like to the left, and your pickup tube's over on the right, they're turning right here. All the fuel will slosh over to one side of the tank, and then it'll suck air, and you'll run out. I ran out of my bus was 60 gallons in the tank because of the steep angle I was at.
Oh, I never thought about that. Maybe we'll get some fuel hauler out somewhere.
So which gauge is your boost gauge? Just so
Right here.
Oh,
Boost.
okay.
Boost is there, pyro is there. Water temp's always right up to 70.
What does your boost gauge actually go up to?
Like the gauge itself goes to 30.
Okay, that's most of them don't go that high. And you've seen numbers over 20 with it. Let's see.
Yeah, but it's all like, you know,
When
like
you're on it.
RPM.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it has to be making a lot of power to get numbers up that high. Climbing a big hill,
Right.
highway speed or something when it's.
Yeah. That's 16 or 17.
Yeah. See, it uses a lot more fuel as it's under load, and you're making it work hard. Even though the RPM's still the same, it's more fuel per explosion because you're working it harder. So sitting in the parking lot revving it up to the governor is only maybe 20% of the amount of fuel that you would use being on the governor pushing the bus up a hill. It's a lot more fuel.
That tripped me out. I never even thought to do that. 'Cause
You don't want to blow it up.
right.
So we're coming up on 30 minutes since we backed out of the driveway.
It's starting to go.
It is?
Yeah, so right now you could feel it in the pedal. So when I hit the gas, it didn't do anything for like a couple seconds, and then it came back in. So you get to see the show.
Yeah,
This
you're-
is to the floor.
Yeah, your pyros are way down, and
Yeah.
you picked the steepest hill on this road to.
Yeah. So there you go, man. So good. This isn't all the way dead. This is still, so it just came back. But it was dead for a second.
Okay. I'm gonna find your throttle position sensor and tell me what it's reading. Yeah, it's at 100%. You got the pedal mashed to the floor, right?
Something like that. So
Yeah, yeah, took it to, yeah. It's not that.
I can feel it. Like try and then do something with it.
It'll eventually just really
Yeah,
give you
eventually
nothing.
It'll go all the way down.
I'd prefer to get back there and check things out when it's in that condition because I don't want it to
Yeah.
like go back up to a power position when I go back there.
Right.
Yeah, your pyrometer is like 400 degrees lower than it was a minute ago.
Yeah.
But you're still doing 60 mile an hour?
Yeah, it's still like 55.
There's just no power behind it.
No. And now it's down there like 3.
Yeah.
That's at 1900 RPM. It's still got like 7 pounds of boost. That's the interstate you're saying?
Yeah, we're going to turn left on the road immediately after the interstate. So don't get on the interstate. There's you turn left to go on the interstate, you go one more little road past the entrance to the interstate, and that's where we're going to turn on. And that'll be a good spot for me to check things out.
Okay. Check engine light.
It came on?
It just flickered for a second. After this,
Yeah, it's
a little
yes.
direct looking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then just pull up. We'll eventually back up into here to turn around. We'll just turn left here, and it's a nice area to check things out. That's good. You can go ahead, and as long as you're off the road there, put it in neutral, set your parking brake, and then go ahead and rev it up to the governor then.
Took some time getting up there.
Yeah. What was that?
There's something wrong. I don't know. There's something in that, like, maybe it's a ghost.
I think it was. Let's go back. I should not be able to take my hand and hold it on your exhaust manifold after you just got off the interstate.
Oh my gosh.
Why don't you try it on the other one? Let me know how it feels.
Oh no.
I should never be able to do that.
Oh my gosh. So that whole side of it's just like.
Everything feel normal now?
Yeah. I caught some air on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd actually like to get a manifold temperature when it's performing really well.
Okay.
So as we get maybe like a mile or two down the road here, if we got a spot where we can pull over, I want to get out and just shoot the temperature and see if they're about the same under normal conditions then. But we'll know when I shoot. If I shoot it and it's 450, 500, 600.
I'm sure after this little climb here, it wants 900 right now.
Yeah, it's over 900 on the one side. Yeah, if there's a safe spot where, you know, decent. Go ahead and throw your hazards on just to... Okay, it's cooled down to about 500 on one side.
Yeah.
Cut the red wire. Yeah, it's 530. Open that one up. Right about 500, and that one's 511 there. So
they're
It is.
When
It
it's
is
running right.
when it's running right, everything's working. So it's something electronic. It's not a mechanical. Well, we're narrowing things down.
Yeah. Can't believe you're like, oh, it's been 30 minutes. It's like, I'm snagged up any second now and then. Boom. Like.
So now that everything's warm, you think we'll only get about 15 minutes out of it, and then it's going to fall on its face again?
That's actually stretching it probably like 15 minutes. It'll start acting up probably within 10.
Oh, okay.
And then you can stretch it to like
Another 5.
another 5 or so before it's completely dead.
Yeah, I can feel
You
it.
can feel it too, and there's
Yep.
that little stumble.
Yep.
And then
It'll go, and then it'll lose momentum again.
yeah. Because it's still got temps now. Like, just
Yeah, they just shot back up to 900 again. So yeah. By the way, the dump truck full of rock is pulling away from you.
Yeah. But then it goes kick back in. That's so weird.
So you sent the ECM out, and they just went through it, and they said it was fine.
They said there was a couple little minor things that were burned up in it, but nothing like. I really don't know. Like they acted like there was like redundant systems like in there. So like if it would, they said like it was still working kind of, but there was. They didn't really give me a great thing. Like they just said they found a few things wrong, but it was still working off of other parts in the system. Which to me doesn't really make a lot of sense. But
So nothing was repaired. It was just tested. And
no,
then,
they repaired a few. Like they didn't really tell me what they repaired though.
okay.
They didn't give me any like paperwork or anything that said anything. All I said was it happens when it's hot. Please test it hot too. Like, and they said they did that.
So we're about 450 on the manifold there. And 210 on this one. That is so weird that shutting it off for 5 minutes corrects it. And you've tried shut it off for just like 30 seconds,
Yeah.
and that doesn't fix it.
So I don't know whether something has to, like, if it is electronic and all the juice needs to get out of an area of it. What?
Yeah. We got more data now than what we had before, so that's. And then you know, we did the test when it was good, when it was performing good, that the sides are pretty much so equal at that point. So. I did see a mode in there for language, and English was selected on it. So maybe there's a way to change it to Spanish on your other one back to English. Yeah. So is it just you're let off on it, or is it okay? Like I looked over there and I saw the EGTs at the bottom. I'm like, oh shit. We're less than 10 miles from my place.
I think we'll probably make it right to your house, and we're gonna have to sit there
Before you climb the hill. So we'll take you up to the shop. We're gonna pull you in on the left side of the shop.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not normally flooded like that.
Usually it's like to the tree line there.
Not even. It's just a little river.
Oh.
It's a tenth of that size. Our buddy that owns the restaurant over by where we're at there, in 2012 they had historic flooding here, and his restaurant, he's got a high water mark inside of his restaurant where it's about 6 feet off the floor where the water was at.
Oh, wow.
You're gonna slow down here. There's a stop sign immediately here. Just go straight on through. Well, as straight as it is. Mini Pearl. Yeah, this restaurant here was dang near to the roof. That's how flooded it was.
Whoa. Are they even seasonal?
No. Yeah, if this is how it's climbing this, there ain't no way we're making the hill. I can pedal a bike faster than this. Wow. Well, I mean, technically it's a 492 right now.
Oh. No.
There it goes. It might do it.
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
We gotta close the gate or anything?
I'll have Jonathan will come down and do it first. You can get on it from here.
No, I
No.
can't.
Oh my gosh, no way.
Is it gonna do it? I don't think we're gonna make it. I'm gonna be in the. Yeah, well.
Okay, so this is the drive of shame.
Oh, man. I just gotta decide how far back to go to get a run.
If it's working good, you don't have to go too much further. It's uphill the whole way, you just don't realize it, but yeah. That's probably good. It didn't even want to think about it.
No!
When it's really bad, that's where you gotta go. That's the bad bus pad. Go for a timeout.
Let's see what happens.
4 minutes.
Don't let me down.
You definitely got it.
Yeah. First, a little slow going.
It's because it's steeper there than you realize when you start.
That is cool with the bus. Hopefully he gets it back on the road.
So aim a little extra left to begin with to get your rear over further, and then cut it back. And then I'll go guide you in. So what we're gonna do, because you're a little crooked right now, you're probably gonna go at an angle like this, and then once we get you closer to the front, then you'll steer your front over to the right. Well, before I say it's 100% a computer problem, we're gonna eliminate the one thing. It could just be a fuel line that feeds that head over on that side. If there's no fuel getting to that head, then the injectors can't squirt the fuel. So there is a possibility that is that fuel that supplies that other head, because it's a separate separate line coming off the fuel filter that goes there. So we're gonna check that real quick, make sure that line's good. To get to those fuel lines back there, in order to do that, we're draining the coolant so we can remove these coolant pipes here. Fitting turned. That sucks. Man, just to get to that brass fitting that was turning, we had to take off so much stuff. So this isn't even the original ECM that's on here. It's been, this is a reman one that's been put on at some, in 2000 and whatever it said there. But yeah, so it's not original to it. So we actually took this fuel line off here. We had to take the thermostat housing off to get to it. That's the only other thing it could have possibly been, was that fuel line that feeds this head. But it really couldn't, because this is the return from the other head going through this head, and then the return with the restrictor fitting is on the other end of the head. So it would have been getting fuel through either one of these two. So I didn't realize how that one was run there. Normally this is the out from this head. One goes in and one goes out. This one has two going in and one out of the backside. So we pulled the computer on it and we're sending that in. They're going to copy the programming on the computer and put it into a new genuine Detroit reman that's going to go on there. It's going to be about $3,000 for the new computer. This is the fuel line here that goes in there. The fuel flows through that as a big heat sink on the top to help keep it cool. So we got new O-rings for that coming too. So it has 4 broken bolts. I thought there was only 3, but this one, and that one. And then they painted it black on the bottom, and then they put a sticker on it that says void. So we're gonna take it apart here. He knows there was corrosion in it before he sent it in, so we'll see what it looks like now.
Back anyways,
Been too long?
yeah. It said lifetime warranty when I got it. That's why
They wouldn't have put a sticker there if you weren't supposed to take it apart. So it'd be the next level down for what we'd be connecting to. I don't want to take it apart any more than that. Yeah. But there's crap in here. This was some of the corrosion inside the ECM before he sent it out to the shop to have them work on it. So it had corrosion in there before. They didn't do a very good job. He called them today and talked to him, and they said, yeah, he said you were supposed to check it when it was warm, and the guy said he doesn't have the ability to do that. So he thought that's how it got tested, because they just checked it out, and when it's cold, everything works fine on it. And if there is something wrong with it, that shop said they can only test them. They don't have the ability to repair if there's something wrong like that. So it was just a waste of his money. So we found a new reman Detroit one, and we're sending his in to get the programming set up exactly the same on it. So the horsepower rating and all the options that the vehicle has and everything will be exactly copied over. And that's going to be a few $1,000s, and it's going to take about maybe 10 days for us to get it back.
tools, check the air and all those duels. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Well, he's got a long, hard ride in old Lenny the Silver Sides. Get that bus grease monkey on the road. Well, he's got that hammer down and that 47 Hound. It's that bus grease monkey on the road. He travels all around and he's coming to your town. Get that bus grease monkey down the road. See that 4104 with the propped up engine door. Watch that bus grease monkey do his thing. 30 years behind that barn, 'cause it don't run worth a darn. Watch that bus grease monkey make it sing. He knows them Detroits, there's no doubt, upside down and inside out. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Saving buses far and wide in that old blue Silver Sides. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Now he's moved his family to the hills of Tennessee. Watch that bus grease monkey make his home, bringing buses back to life with the help of his dear wife. Watch that bus grease monkey get it done. Well, he travels town to town working on them old greyhounds. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Saving buses far and wide in old Lenny the Silver Sides. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know?